People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in each and every time. Arsenal have defeated Nottingham Forest 5-0. People, I keep forgetting the scoreline. I'm back from the game. I want to take a shower and whatnot and eat and actually get something to eat. I've been up from 4:30, people. I've got to be up at 6:30. There's no rest for the wicked. Yeah, man, obviously we might as well review the players' performances. Now, it was quite the game, people. I felt we needed to... I feel we isn't near enough a perfect game. How can it not be? Our defenders are getting 3 assists. I thought Caleb Chambers had 2 assists. It turns out he's got 3. Martinelli in his first start obviously gets 2 goals. Good for the confidence. Nelson, whose confidence has looked a bit shocked in recent weeks, grew into the game and he got his goal. Willock, I think he shouldn't even talk about Willock's goal personally, people, because without the goal, he was one of the people I was looking at as him. Chambers in particular, I was Kieran Tierney as well. Looked good. Were going to be my men of the match. Joe Willock, I don't know what he can do to get ahead of certain players in the pecking order. Obviously, Joe Willock is not the finished article. Obviously, it's only Nottingham Forest. No disrespect to Nottingham Forest. What I mean by that is, obviously, this isn't when we're going to play United in a couple of days' time on the Monday, where obviously we need to win that game more so than we need to win today. The only reason we had to win today is because we owe it to ourselves to respect the competition. It's still a trophy. We don't end up like Spurs are losing to Colchester. Spurs fans, I got to do it. I heard about that and I'm going to give it to my Spurs supporting friends and work colleagues tomorrow. But near enough a perfect game. In fact, it was a perfect game. What can I say? 5 goals. Defenders are getting assists. Players are coming back from injury and scoring. Weren't really tested. Wasn't tested really and truly. And like I said, man, these players have, whether you're the experienced players where you want to show them, I actually don't want to be playing today. I want to be in your contentions to play United away. Or if you're these young players, the Saka, who seems to be taking every chance in every possible minute he's given, or duration of minutes he's given. Joe Willock, like I've just spoken about. Martinelli, who hasn't really had a look in terms of minutes and stuff. He is in the first team, he's on the bench all the time, but hasn't really been able to show what he can do or show glimpses, do you get it? And I feel it was calm. I'm going to give Martinez, that's how much Leno's in goal. I was about to say Leno, but I'm going to give Martinez a 9, people. There was nothing he could do. I'm going to mark it down. The only reason I'm not giving people 10s is because while I believe it's a perfect game, there weren't much of a challenge, if we're honest, man. There was a Doma did couple things and Nottingham Forest put couple crosses in and whatnot, and their players are good technically. There was a couple times where we did some good skills to them, but they not made a couple men and made a couple players dance in periods. But I don't know, people. I can't. You know the ones there. It's just that's the fair. I don't feel it's. I don't feel right saying 10s in it. So 9 is my 10 right now. So Martinez 9. People, Mustafi, he seems to be playing and we're keeping clean sheets. We obviously, that's a bit of bants, but he gets a 9. Mustafi was... anything he was asked, he done it well today, like everybody. Holding gets a 9. Lovely that he scored, and I was loving every minute of Holding scoring. I was loving every minute of Holding staying and clapping back the fans. Just ask people in the Emirates, and the Emirates is quite silent. When I saw Holding's name on the team sheet, I started screaming. I came here to watch Holding, John Jules, Kieran Tierney, and obviously all the young. I said Martinelli's the young G. I'm more him and John Jules, and it's sad that John Jules allegedly has picked up a little knock and couldn't play. But Martinelli, I was keen to see him the most, purely because we've seen him the least. Like, we know Saka's a bad boy, we know Nelson is sick, we know Joe's on this, we know Emil's on this, we know Martinez is good, he's shown us in pre-season, but we ain't had a chance to really assess his abilities and whatnot. Holding gets a 9. I'm so excited, people. I wish someone of you lot could tell me just stick to the player ratings, big man. Just stop rambling. But Holding gets a 9. Mustafi a 9. Martinez a 9. Kieran Tierney, 9, people. What I like about him, before I even talk about the technical ability, I was watching him off the ball. Understands defending, really understands defending. And he's not vocal in that he's talking for the sake of talking, but he's not afraid to show what he means. And he's played for Celtic and they've got a lot of expectations himself. It's quite a prestigious club, so he's got to be a big character. But when he's crossing the ball, he's telling people, get on the end of it. And he's not just moaning saying, get on the end of it. He's actually, yo, when I'm crossing it, get in there. And he's just little things. I like how he's just doing the basics well, when he goes forward, a bunch of crosses today. Every cross was a good cross, people. The only kind of cross he got wrong, he earned a corner from, and that's only because it was blocked early when he tried it. But Kieran looks like a very good player, man, and he's only 22. There are going to times he's obviously going to have bad games, and the key now is with Kieran back, with Holding and potentially everybody else now, Emery has and Bellerin, eventually soon in a couple of weeks, he's going to have a team to kind of move forward with, especially with the defensive options. So we're going to see, can he coach a structure? Can we improve? We're going to, because I don't personally feel it's a case of, as much as I love Holding and Kieran, I don't feel it's a personnel thing where they're just going to come in and the fact that we like them a lot, they're going to make us defend better. I hope that's the case. And obviously better options are better options, but there needs to be a plan. So the whole back line get nines, to be fair with you, man. What could they do? Chambers gets a 9. The man got 3 assists today. I thought he got 2. I had to remind myself. And apologies, people. I think I said it in my last preview, that my review of the game, not the player ratings, that he had 2. But he was good. Any defensive duties he dealt with, he showed his technical ability. He obviously got 3 assists. And obviously he doesn't probably want to be right back, and Chambers at times hasn't covered himself with any glory at right back, we need to remember. But with Maitland-Niles' injury and loss of form, with Bellerin touch and goal, potentially Chambers could play right back against Man United. Whether that's the right thing to do, who knows. But in terms of on merit, he didn't deserve to be dropped in the Premier League after the Newcastle game. Joe deserved to be in the first team probably, if you're talking potentially just on merit and what they're doing. You're probably saying Joe, Chambers and potentially, well, in fact, Saka as well on that left-hand flank because he's taking them chances. So whole back 5, 5 including Martinez, back 4 obviously, get 9s. Joe gets a 9. Lucas Torreira gets a 7 from me. I feel Torreira, we didn't have much to do, but I feel Torreira's in a bit of a bad patch in terms of form at the moment, and he did what he could, but I just feel these lot are on another level. You lot know I'm Torreira FC, but I think he gets a 7. I'll give Ozil an 8. I feel Ozil was alright today. I don't feel he deserved to get subbed. I feel he was doing his thing. I mean, it sounds cliche, but whenever I watch Ozil, I make a case of at some point not watching the game, watching Mesut Ozil, and the space he gets into is good. And I feel him and Martinez, it looked like a 4-4-2 at times. I feel they both done quite well there, people. And I feel Ozil did well in the game, and why he got subbed, I don't know, but I feel Ozil did alright, man. He didn't play amazing, but he did alright, man. Everybody was on a level today, man. And I feel, yeah, man, everyone was decent today. So he gets an 8. Emil, I give him a respectable 6. He tried, the application was there. Sadly, he got injured, so he can't get any higher. But I don't feel he was having the best of games and whatnot. He was doing his thing, but I just feel other players were doing slightly better. He was so he didn't look out of place. I feel Nelson was a bit like that, and Nelson grew into the game. Potentially that could have happened for Emil. Like I said in my review, I don't want to spread false rumours and stuff, but from where I was sitting in the ground and the way he went down, it looked like a head injury. I don't know if it's a head injury, people. I hope it's not serious because he's had a rotten time with injuries. And just when he's got himself back playing good for the 23s and getting a look in again in the Europa League and in and about the squad at Arsenal, he's been knocked down again, people. And Emil, he's been robbed of football the last couple of seasons. Last season, he went on loan to Leipzig. He was making progress, but he couldn't play because he wasn't fit. Before the loan, he seemed to be the young player before Saka in that Unai Emery was going to call upon, because he was being taken away around with the squad. And obviously, when you're out for a month here, 2 weeks there, a month here, and this and that, it adds up. And especially when you're a young player, when you count it up over a season or so, it adds up, and you have to think, how much has that robbed you of your development? Injuries are part and parcel of the game. But it's just sad that some man don't have no luck, man. So he gets a 6. Nelson gets an 8 from me. He was on course to get a 6 as well, but I feel he gets 2 bonus points because he had a very good second half, in my opinion. He obviously got his goal, and I feel he played all right, man. I feel Nelson grew into the game, people. Saka gets an 8. Simply put, you saw what Saka was on, consistently taking on his man and terrorising his man. Bellerin gets an 8 purely because I feel like giving him that, people. We don't always have it, not all the time deluded. Let's be over analytical in that, man. I feel the Arsenal fan in me, he's come back, he's assisted the thing, he's not troubled. He got an assist, what can I say, a calm 8. Ceballos 7, he came on and looked alright. You know what, people? I lied, man. I'm going to give Martinez a 10. I'm going to give him a bonus point. I don't feel he was necessarily the best player. He was, for me, Chambers were the guys for me. at the end of the day, he got 2 goals. He played in an unfamiliar position. He scored a headed goal as well. He worked his socks off. So I have to give him a 10 out of 10. I feel it's a 9, but I have to give a bonus point and go against my logic. So I apologise for lying, people. You could probably say Chambers 10 and the rest of them people. I wouldn't have an issue with that. But I've made my bed, so I'll lie in it. On that note, I don't feel I'm missing any other players out. And if I am, you didn't stand out, which is hard because everybody played alright today. But on that note, people, Deluded, as you know, it is a pleasure to speak with you. It is very appreciated that you lot tune into my thing each and every time. Thank you for watching. I'm out.